Hello, word enthusiasts, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Hello Word, the podcast dedicated to expanding your English vocabulary one word at a time. I'm your host, Alex, and I'm thrilled to have you join me on this linguistic journey. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of adverbs, specifically the word carefully. Our word for today, carefully, is an A2 level adverb. It means in a cautious or attentive manner. So, when you do something carefully, you're paying close attention to avoid mistakes or accidents. Let's break that down a little further. Think about walking across a busy street. You wouldn't just run out there without looking, would you? No, you'd walk carefully, checking for cars and making sure it's safe to cross. That's the essence of carefully. It implies a sense of responsibility and a desire to do things right. Now, let's explore some synonyms for carefully. One synonym is attentively. For example, she listened attentively to the teacher's instructions. Another synonym is cautiously. The cat cautiously approached the unfamiliar dog. A third synonym could be diligently. He diligently completed his homework assignment to ensure he understood the material. And how about thoroughly? The detective thoroughly examined the crime scene for clues. Lastly, consider prudently. The investor prudently managed their finances to avoid unnecessary risks. Now, let's flip the coin and look at some antonyms for carefully. What's the opposite of doing something in a cautious and attentive manner? Well, one antonym is carelessly. For instance, he carelessly spilled his coffee all over the table. Another antonym is recklessly. The driver drove recklessly through the winding mountain roads. A further antonym is negligently. The company negligently failed to maintain the safety equipment. We could also use hastily. She hastily signed the contract without reading the fine print. Or even thoughtlessly. He thoughtlessly made a hurtful comment without considering the other person's feelings. So, how can we use carefully in our everyday lives? Well, you can use it to describe how you perform tasks, like, I carefully packed my suitcase for the trip. Or you can use it to give advice, like you should drive carefully in the rain. You might hear it in instructions, such as carefully pour the liquid into the beaker. Think about these common expressions. Proceed carefully, meaning to continue with caution. Or, carefully consider your options, which advises you to think deeply before making a decision. Here are some more usage examples of carefully in sentences and phrases. She carefully painted the delicate flowers on the porcelain vase. Carefully read the instructions before assembling the furniture. The surgeon carefully made the incision. He carefully navigated the boat through the shallow waters. The librarian carefully placed the old book back on the shelf. Carefully selecting each word, she crafted a heartfelt letter. He carefully planted the seeds, hoping for a bountiful harvest. Carefully balancing the tray, she walked across the crowded room. The child carefully built a tower of blocks. Carefully analyzed the data before drawing any conclusions. Remember to listen carefully to the instructions. I carefully checked my work to avoid any errors. She carefully wrapped the fragile gift. He carefully edited the document before submitting it. They carefully planned their vacation. Approach the situation carefully. Handle the glass carefully. Think carefully before you speak. Observe carefully. Consider carefully all the factors. We've covered a lot today. We learned that carefully, an A2 level adverb, means in a cautious or attentive manner. We explored synonyms like attentively, cautiously, diligently, thoroughly, and prudently. We also examined antonyms like carelessly, recklessly, negligently, hastily, and thoughtlessly. And finally, we saw how carefully can be used in various everyday situations and common expressions. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Hello Word. I hope you found it both informative and enjoyable. Your support means the world to me. If you like what you heard, please subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Your positive reviews help others discover Hello Word and expand their own English vocabulary. As a little homework, I encourage you to create your own sentence using the word carefully and share it as a comment under the video. I can't wait to see your creative examples. Until next time, keep learning and keep exploring the wonderful world of words.
Goodbye.